Hello students, welcome to Dr. Deepa Dahake's NEET Biology, and in today's session we study about the codominance. That in last session we completed about the incomplete dominance phenomena. Secondly students, in last week because of some unavoidable causes and circumstances I am unable to upload the videos, so extremely sorry for that. From this week again we continue with the new topics and new sessions. So in today's session first we come towards the codominance. As we earlier discussed about the law of dominance, and according to law of dominance you studied that the one dominant gene is responsible for the one trait or one phenotypic expression. But when we come towards codominance, co means you remember together, and when two dominant genes are required or essential for the expression of a single trait, again pay attention, the two dominant genes are required for the expression of a single trait or single character, then that phenomena is called as codominance. One common example of codominance you remember we study in human beings when we come towards the blood group analysis. Four types of blood groups you know in human beings are available: blood group A, blood group B, AB blood group and O blood group. And among all these four blood groups, AB blood group you remember, the blood group AB is example for the codominance. So here we begins with codominance. When you study about codominance, predominantly you remember AB blood group is example for codominance in human being. Now when we study about codominance, so again you remember the phenomena in which two dominant gene required for a single trait or single character. This part you remember very well because in next sessions you study about pleiotropy, you study about multiple allelism and polygenic inheritance. So this part is important to avoid the confusions. Now two dominant genes here you study. Now when we come towards the blood group in human being, so blood group in human being is decided by that what kind of blood group is present in humans. That is decided by nature of antigen. This part you remember, nature of antigen is mainly decided the nature of blood group or type of blood group. Now antigen, where this antigen is present, so site of antigen you remember, site of antigen, in which part the antigen is present, so it is located on external surface of RBC. So this part you remember, in human being the external surface of RBC or external surface of plasma membrane of RBC show the presence of antigen. The type of antigen is present, according to that the type of blood group is available in that human. Suppose this is a blood vessel and this is a RBC of the human beings, biconcave shape of RBC, and over this RBC at external surface we appear some special antigens. According to NCERT, antigens are the special types of sugar, so you strictly follow NCERT. And these antigen you remember, suppose when these antigens are of A type, then you remember the blood group of the person is A group. If the antigen is of B type, then you remember if the B antigen is present, then you remember the blood group of the person become B group. And in the same way, when most important part is here that we come towards for the study of the codominance. So here you remember when both the antigen antigen A as well as antigen B. When both the antigens are present on the external surface of RBC, so here you remember the blood group is AB blood group, and this is the classical example that the two dominant genes are required for the production of A and B antigen, and it is called as codominance phenomena. The fourth blood group you remember, that is called as O. Pay attention for the objective purpose that the blood group without antigen, none of the antigen is present, and that's why the zero presence of antigen we say for our recalling, and zero presence of antigen means the blood group is O blood group. So this part you remember that how the blood group is defined on the presence of antigen on the external surface of RBC. Now which chromosome or which gene is responsible for the production of this antigen, because predominantly we study about the codominance, and in codominance we study about the nature of the dominant gene. So here you remember the I gene mainly, or according to NCERT if you comes, so I chromosome or I gene show two different forms. Now what are the different forms of the I gene? First you see this I carry A gene, then it responsible for the production of A antigen, and the blood group of the person become A, and this A you remember, this A is a dominant feature because the A gene is a dominant gene. Similarly, if the person show the presence of B gene, then the B antigen is developed or produced on RBC, blood group of the person become B, and B also you remember a type of dominant trait. The B blood group is also dominant. But when this I gene show the presence of A as well as the presence of B, this part you remember very well, that when I gene show in this condition, IA is there, here the IB condition, and this is the condition when the I show the A and B. In that condition both the antigens are present on the surface of RBC, and because of that you remember the blood group AB is to be produces or appear in human being, and this is the classical example where we study the phenomena of codominance. So this part you remember very well. Individually blood group A and blood group B are dominant, but blood group AB you remember it is example for the codominance. When we come towards the fourth character means the small I you remember, or if you go towards the reference book, so in some of the reference book I0, that means none of the gene is available, that A and B are completely absent. Due to complete absence, no antigen is available or zero antigen you remember available, blood group is said to be O, and this O you remember it is a recessive gene. So that's why you say कि whenever the I0 or small I is present with A or B, the trait is always A or B group, but I never express itself because the small I or I0 is a recessive gene or it is a trait. O blood group is a recessive trait in human blood analysis. Now we come towards that how the inheritance of these blood groups are take place in progenies, and what are the phenotype and what are the genotype for the codominance phenomena. So here when we come towards this side, so here you remember one chart form we study, that for codominance. And when you solve this table or chart, so you remember one of the most important statement, important for your board exams also, as well as for the NEET exam also, that how many phenotypes are expressed by how many genotype. So phenotype, if you study, 4 phenotypes are there, that blood group A, blood group AB, blood group B, blood group A, blood group B, blood group AB and blood group O. These are the 4 phenotypes, and for 4 phenotype you remember 6 genotypes are available in humans. Now how the 6 genotype? So this part you remember, the 4 phenotype are expressed by 6 genotype. This part you remember very well, or you mug up this statement that 4 phenotype are expressed by 6 genotype. Now how these conditions are there? So suppose here we study, this is a parent 1, here we show parent, second parent. From their genes, whatever genotype is acquired, here we show, and according to that genotype, here we express the phenotype. This you remember. Now what is happening for first condition? If the parent A contribute IA, second parent also contribute IA, so the genotype of the progeny become IA, homozygous condition. Secondly, in this condition, the blood group become, phenotype means blood group, you remember. So what is the nature of the blood group? When the IA, you remember, when the IA blood group is there, that means, or the genotype of the blood group is IA, homozygous state, and in this condition you remember blood group is A, and A blood group is actually the phenotype. Now if second condition, we come towards second condition, first parent contribute IA and second parent contribute I0 or small I also you can say. For easy explanation I select I0. So I0 or small I also you express. So either you can express I0 or small I. So here you remember what is the genotype. Genotype is IA and small I, or IA and I0. So small I, if you go through the NCERT, small I is there. So small I you can take. So IA and small I. Again what we are studying, this I0 or I is a recessive trait. Recessive trait or recessive gene never be expressed in presence of the dominant gene. Here the A is a dominant. So both genotype IA and IA0 or I responsible for the expression of A blood group. Second condition, third condition. In this condition it may be happened कि second parent contribute IA and the first parent contribute I0, but the genotype remains same. So here simply you remember one parent contribute A and another parent contribute the I0. Now next we come towards the third condition where both the parents contributed IB gene. So the genotype of the resulting progeny become IB. Or in fourth condition you remember one parent contribute IB and the second parent either contribute I0, or you remember the second parent contribute small I, and in this case the genotype become I0, I0. And again one is homozygous condition, second is heterozygous condition. Dominant traits repeatedly, and in every session I am saying the dominant traits to be expressed as a homozygous or as a heterozygous. So this statement is very important for your objective type of question. So this B blood group being a dominant trait, it expressed as a dominant homozygous genotype as well as heterozygous genotype. Now we come towards the fifth condition. This fifth condition you remember, this fifth condition is most important because the topic which we study codominance, this topic is expressed for this condition. So here you remember one parent contribute IA and the another parent contribute IB. If you go through the NCERT, so in this table 7 times these genotypes are appear, because for IA and IB also they provided two possibilities, that suppose the first parent contribute IA in first condition, in second condition it may be possible the first parent contribute IB and the next second parent contribute IA, but in both the cases, that means of two parent, one parent contribute A gene and the second parent contribute B, and in that case the one genotype is produces, that is IAIB, and this is the classical example for the codominance, because the presence of two dominant genes is appear here and both the dominant genes are expressed or contributed one common character, that is the AB blood group or the phenotype AB. And now we come towards the sixth condition, that when both the parents are contributed a recessive gene, that is small I, when both parents contributed small I or I0. So here you remember the genotype is homozygous, that is recessive trait, and in this condition the blood group of the person become O. Now how many phenotypes you appear? 4 phenotypes: blood group A, blood group B, blood group AB and blood group O. And for these phenotype, 4 phenotype, how many genotypes you have? 6 genotypes you have. 2 genotypes for dominant trait A, 2 genotypes for dominant trait B, and one genotype for codominant and one genotype for the recessive. So this part you remember. Don't be confused with the NCERT table, because for AB also over there 2 conditions are provided. So you simply remember any parent can contribute A or B gene, but the genotype is always remain same, IA and IB, and that's why you remember the 4 phenotype in human blood group analysis or in human blood group genetics. The 4 phenotypes are expressed by the 6 genotype. So this much you So this much you remember for the phenomena of codominance. You very well prepare this table, because one of the most important topic for your board exams. Conceptually topic is important for your NEET exam also, but before NEET जो students class 12th prepare कर रहे हैं, for them this is one of the most important table. Secondly, this concept I only explain for clear your doubts, because most of the students are having doubts that where the antigen is present exactly they are not knowing. So you very well remember the shape. यहाँ पे shape somewhat change हुए in every diagram, but the shape of RBC in humans are biconcave, RBC are enucleated. All these things you already studied in class 11. Antigens are present on the surface of RBC. Whatever kind of sugar or whatever kind of antigen is present on the surface of RBC, according to that the type of blood group is available. Okay, so this much you remember for the today's session, that we studied about the codominance. You very well prepared. In next session we comes towards the multiple allelism, because blood group also show the one another A, B and O blood group. AB blood group codominance example, and blood group A and blood group B and O are the example for multiple allelism. So what is multiple allelism? And along with multiple allelism, we solve 2 or 3 questions from this conceptual part, because repeatedly one question is already provided in your NCERT exercises. So you go through that NCERT exercise. So one question is there, and along with that question some 2-3 questions which are repeatedly asked in exams, that we solve in next session. So up to next session, you all stay motivated, work hard, and the new students who are joined from today, they kindly subscribe my channel, like my videos and share my videos, and thanks for watching my channel.